Hey guys, so this video is covering a bunch of different stretches that I do when my hip gets really tight. So we're looking at the outside of the hip, front side of the hip, kind of the hip flexor area. This one is just sitting in a position. You'll notice that my foot is in alignment with my knee, which is in alignment with my hip. I cross one leg over the other. I'm pressing down with my forearm under that, and then you'll actually see me lean forward after that, which is right now. So here I'm keeping a neutral spine, and then I'll actually wrap my foot underneath to get a little bit extra stretch on there. With this, initially I'm holding for about 15 to 20 seconds until that muscle relaxes and it goes further. This position, I'm actually now allowing my back to round so that when I go to this opposite area from the hip, so I'm leaning in towards the foot, I actually get a little bit of stretch into my quadratus lumborum, into the back a little bit as well. So initially, we cross the leg over. I'll hold this position. This is my tighter hip. I want to wait here, like I said, 15 to 20 seconds, because what I'm waiting for is that muscle to give to the stretch. Initially, there's resistance, and then it'll actually drop a little bit. Once I'm there, then I can go into these other variations, or I can kind of tweak the stretch a little bit, where I can now grab the foot to get a little bit more of a stretch in that hip. Or I can do that rotation then, which you're going to see me do now. So I'm going to hit that hip a little bit more, but I'm also going to hit that QL, that quadratus lumborum, right? I'm going to get a little bit into the back. Now, with either one, once I peak, I'm holding maybe 10, maybe 15 seconds. So I have the initial relaxation into the position, and then once I'm there, we're looking at about 15 to 20 seconds for a hold, okay? This is just the side angle for that. So you can see here, as I actually do my initial bow forward, I'm trying to remain neutral with my spine. But after that, when I round, that's where I'm going to get into the QL, which is what you're going to see right here. So a little bit of a variation with that. And then after this, you're actually going to need a wall that you're going to use to do a lean in. So with the wall stretch, we're just going to stack. I have my forearm up. It's even with my shoulder, feet are together. I have a deep breath in and I just lean as far as I can into that. And I'm going to hit lower obliques. I'm going to hit that hip as well. And it's going to wrap a little bit into the lower back. So if my hips are really tight and I don't address this, I mean, I can throw out my back. So I'm usually trying to get ahead of all of this before that happens. So it's a deep breath in. I hold that, which is called intra-abdominal pressure. I lean into the wall. I pause for 2 seconds. And then I come out of that position. For this, I'm typically doing between 5 and 10 leans. For this video, I'm only doing 5, but what you'll see is a variation where I'm actually going to bow forward and then do this. And that bow forward position is really for anybody where this first version might be too much. They're like, okay, I can't, it's too painful, it's too tight. There, I'll bow forward. So what you'll see, I'll be upright, I'll take that deep breath in, I'll bow forward, and then I'll lean my hips into the wall. All right, same thing, we're typically gonna do somewhere between 5 to 10. If it's too much, and you're like, oh man, if you get to 8 and you're like, okay, that's too much, then just stop. You don't have to push yourself further than that, right? We wanna make sure that once we're done with this stretch, we feel better, okay? After this, I'm going to do 2 separate things. I'm gonna do a lean away, where you'll notice that my feet are together, they're close to the object, and this could be a door frame, by the way, I'm just doing it off a squat rack. I'll lean away, I'll pause for 5 to 10 seconds, so it's a deep breath in, and then I'll lean away from that. I'm gonna stretch everything on that outside part of my body. So we're getting into the hip, we're getting into that lower oblique, we're getting into the lat, the QL, all of it. I'll pause, and then I'll pull it all back in. This one, I mean, typically I'm going 3 to 5. You might go a little bit more, that's fine. From here, the next thing, and they're gonna show 2 different variations on this. I'm gonna bring the leg that's closest to the wall in front of me, and the opposite leg is back. I'm actually going to rotate and then lean my body in like that wall lean. And for this, I'll pause 2 seconds. When I do this and my back's really tight, this will actually adjust my lower back. It feels amazing. But deep breath in, make sure you have that intra-abdominal pressure, right? Deep breath in through the nose, then we'll do our lean into that position. I'm not gonna hang out there a long time on this one. Usually maybe 5, maybe 10 seconds at most. I don't wanna spend a ton of time there. but hit that stretch. And we might do this 5 times, right? Maybe a little bit more if you need to. The other variation, and this is the one I typically do at the house, is I can do this against a wall. Both hands are flat on the wall, and I'm actually just going to do this repetitively. And we'll do this for reps, 5 to 10. Deep breath in, shift, rotate, lean into that position, right? That twisting usually helps a lot in that position to actually get that deeper hip stretch that you're wanting. So try these out. Let me know what you think. Hopefully this all helps you guys. All right, that's it, guys. Typically with all of that, I might do like I actually do it in sections, so I might pick one thing that I might do that feels most effective at the moment. Might run through all of them that day. I might do it all together. I might do it kind of sporadically throughout the day. My recommendation for that really is when it's tight, figure out which one of those is going to be the biggest bang for your buck and stick with that throughout the day. And then try those other ones with that. You might try one or two just to see, okay, that one helps right now, but that extra one got it a little bit further. I just noticed that typically if I keep on it, I won't have a problem. It's when I don't do that that I'm usually running into a little bit of trouble. So for most of my clients, I recommend twice a day, 3 times if you can. Just get it in whenever you can. Usually you're seeing it first thing in the morning, maybe before a workout, after a workout, and then right before bed as well. But just really get it in whenever you can, especially when it feels tight. Address it right then. Don't wait till later. A lot of that first one you can do just right at your desk too if you have a desk job, which really, really helps. But do spend that moment to get up and get into those other positions. If you have any questions, let me know. Any comments, anything else that you want to see, let me know in the comment section. If you guys like the video, hit the like button for me. If you want to continue to follow along with all of my content, hit the subscribe button for me.